Hello and welcome to the Rose Rehash. I am Jared Freid. Every episode of The Bachelor, we do a recap of what just happened. Also, you get my live stream. So enjoy the live stream and stick around for my recap of The Women Tell All, which is an episode I was on. So I'm going to give you my personal account of the taping and what happened and how it all came together, as well as kind of my perspective on the show and what happened tonight that, with the episode that you saw. So here we go. One man, 23 women, zero ability to tell a story in under 20 minutes. Let's do it! We are back in the dome of the Undateables. That's right. Every season of The Bachelor, the most single people in the country gather to watch other people fall in love. It is the most single person alive that comes to this show to watch other people rehash their dating issues. I mean, look at this woman. She's still in her jacket. She's like, well, Brian from Hinge said he might text, so I just want to be ready to leave for a date if that's going to happen. I did say I'm free tonight, and he was like, I can probably do something. And you know guys who don't have time to write out the full word probably. They have the most time to date, so coats on, ready. I'm texting with this chick on Hinge, and she's like, let's get drinks tonight. I'm like, I'm down. I'm just going to get a few bevies with the boys, and then I'll meet up. And she's like, yeah, I just have to go to this live taping. I was like, ooh, Hollywood. And she's like, yeah, I go watch the Golden Bachelor. All the women are discussing the trials and tribulations of dating one man. And I'm actually bringing a sign that says love conquers all. And I was like, cool. Sounds fun. Probably gonna be out later, but why don't you text me first and we can probably get together, probably not, but we'll see. Like, there's an appropriate amount of excitement you can have to be in the dome of the Undateables. Like, this woman's being correct. Like, she's excited to be here. She's put on a happy face. She loves drama. She's a big gift sender to the group chat. She gets a lot of ha-ha reactions. She's happy to be here. This woman, way too into it. This is like someone, if you go double fist pump, it's as if you have nothing else and you just need to watch women in their 60s argue so you can get off of thinking about the problems in your own life. Like, this is way too much. This is the part where they introduce the women and they all do their individualized hello. Oh no, Monica P did hers too early. Did you see? She just did a double hand kiss. There's no question in my mind that when they introduce Monica P, she's going to do a double hand kiss again. She blew her individualized hello load. Okay, let's see. I knew it. She blew her load. Good for Monica P with the recovery. To come back and do it when they say your name, I would be a shell. I'd be like, oh my God, I already did the double hand kiss. I already did it. I have no other moves. I'm out of moves. I would never recover. She recovered beautifully. Now, Robin does the it's me, Robin look. And I think she got eliminated too early to do this look. It's a little too familiar. If she walked in my house and was like doing this, I'd be like, uh-oh. She thinks we are way closer than we are. I gotta really put on a we're totally close, we're basically best friends face because she thinks we know each other very well. Like, Robin got eliminated 2 episodes too soon to do this move. You can't do the, it's me, you know me, Robin. Too familiar, Robin. See, Monica B, she did a less familiar version. Like, with that facial expression, I'm not guilted into thinking she knows me more than I know her. Carla went a little bit dead-eyed at the beginning of that. Carla reacted like she didn't bring the right prescription contacts. Don't remember her at all. Amy here doing a very Amy move. Carol, always awkward. Carol, gonna go awkward. Good for her. Oh, Jerry, a fan favorite. Okay, Nicole getting way more of a pop than I thought she would. Cheryl, it looks like Nicole and Cheryl both went hard hands. Debbie's here, 65 years young, never married, no kids. A lot of fanfare for Debbie. This guy, a little too excited for Debbie. He looks a little bit like he may have downloaded all of her fitness tapes from the 90s and now follows her on every social media ever. This woman looks very concerned. She looks very much like a spirit told her that a huge tornado is coming our way and she needs to warn us all immediately. That is, like, if I saw her on a plane with that face, I would go, okay, maybe we find another flight. Next part, I can't forgive this ever. You can't just go, where's Diane on the Golden Bachelor? You can't do that. We're all going to think she may have passed. Especially Diane, who was the heart and soul of this show in one single episode. We loved her more than anyone. But it's for a very good reason. Oh, it better be. Diane is in Hawaii celebrating her son Chancey's wedding. Like, you have to go, hey, everyone, Diane's at a wedding, so don't worry. It can't be, I know you're wondering what happened to Diane. Oh, my God, Diane is dead? No, please don't say it. Don't say it. She was the cutest old lady on the show. At the son's wedding. It's like, okay. Jesse, we got to go back to hosting school for this one. Bad form. After this emotional roller coaster we just went through with Diane, look at how relieved this woman is. She's like, oh my God, I thought Diane was dead. I almost had to cancel all of my psychic medium appointments I had this week. Don't worry, Psychic Terry, I'm coming. Won't have to cancel you after this horrific Diane news that almost just happened. Now Jesse's going to get right into it with the ladies. And I got to say, Robin is the one who told Mel that there are women here for the wrong reasons. And it feels like it's become her whole personality. Every look she's given to the camera so far has been, let me tell you, the real deal. So then they go to like a compilation of all the moments from the season, how great it was. They show Mel's glowing personality, all his 3-word sentences. They show him going down steps. That is going to be how I remember this season. How I held my breath every time Mel went down some stairs. I was like, okay, he made it. He's good. That showed his age the most. They're still trying to convince us Mel was the right choice. And if you go by the internet, they are not in on Mel, but they took one last shot. They're like, here, look at, he's same age as your grandpa, same age as your dad. He don't got abs like that. He don't got traps like that. And we're all sitting here like, yeah, but we've heard him tell a story or two and they've made us want to take a nap. So I think we might be out. Highlight reel inevitably turns into a these women are amazing fest. And it looks like the video they would show someone for the over 50 community they're thinking of buying into. Like, look at Older Oaks, you too can have a PJ party. It doesn't matter that you take a handful of pills every morning. You can still play in the feathers of life. This highlight reel started with Mel, and you're like, I'm not really a Mel guy. And then it ends with Diane, as if she actually did pass away. Like, you can't do the maybe Diane passed and then show her. This is the picture they would show if she did pass away. She did not, don't worry. And, you kind of have this moment where you're like, Diane's kind of the reason I tuned into the Golden Bachelor. Like, we want more Dianes. A pitch to Alexandra, who said she had a back issue. And then she pulls out what she says is her back massager, which is actually a vibrator, and then puts it on her side like, yeah, I've really had a lot of success getting the knots out with this. Rest in peace to Alexandra's family watch party they're having right now. The grandkids are like, Nana, is your back not well? But Nana, what is that? Where's your back rubber? The son of Alexandra, who had the grandkids watching at the watch party, not happy. This is up to him to explain. They're laughing because it's Nana's back massager. Kids, look away from the TV. Look away. Mom, you told us to get together tonight to watch you on TV. You could have warned me. You could have told me that you were going to bring out your vibrator on national television. Now I have to explain to the girls what is going on. Nothing, kids, nothing. Nothing's going on. Nothing is going on. Nana's fine. I'm fine. Your mom and I are fine. Everyone is fine. Everyone. Turn it off. Mom, turn it off. I love when they show the vibrator and then they show the crowd, the dome of the Undateables. They're like, oh my, hilarious. I have the same one. And this woman who's like, oh, okay, we get it. A little loose for my liking. And then this woman here who's like, I have to shut my eyes. I cannot look at this. Not in the dome. This is a precious space where we are here to gab about relationships. I will not have the dome soiled like this. So they get into our established villain, Nicole, and all the women kind of hold their reactions. They try their best. Debbie can't even hide it. That is the face of, I have texted about this woman for literally pages. This is the face of, I have screenshot everything she has texted me the last month. And all the women just not team Nicole right away. They laugh. That is a fake laugh. Terry is not laughing.
Kind of the trailblazer in the show. I was kind of the pioneer. I think
in true villain form, Nicole refers to herself in the most complimentary way that anyone has ever referred to themselves. She calls herself a trailblazer and a pioneer. I'm sure all our children will be taught about those famous American pioneers, Lewis and Clark, Chris Columbus, and Nicole from season 2 of the Golden Bachelor, who made out in the pool and told Mel that she would hook up with him in Miami if things fall apart with him and his future fiance. Jesse asks Nicole if she has any regrets, and then she goes into the classic villain speech. She wants to empower women in their 50s, 60s, and 70s. This is her play for please follow me on social media so that I can continue a lifetime of not working after my parents pass and give me all their money because I've spent it all on Chanel blazers that I would wear to work if I actually had a job. This is a beautiful move she has pulled on this show. She has done a great job speaking empowering words to nobody and admitting no fault on this show when she was here for all the wrong reasons. Debbie goes to the defense of women everywhere. She is our spirit animal. And then tough edit for Susan and Kathy.
Every single day. But when I saw the comments about the first season, the women not being so attractive.
I mean, it's tough that they go right to Susan and Kathy when they're like, first season, women not as attractive. They're like, here they are. Here are the 2 women that Nicole claims are not as attractive as the newer women.
That you really were on.
You guys can judge for yourself. That's not what I would want. I wouldn't want the camera to go to me when they're like, when you said that there were a lot of chubby men on this show, and then it goes to me and I'm like eating a piece of cake. I'd be like, yeah. Go to someone else. Like Susan and Kathy, I would not be happy. Debbie brings up the whole influencer play that Nicole made.
You were so much smarter than that. If you want to be an influencer,
here's the big line.
You're not going to be if nobody likes you.
Oh, he took her down. And look at these 2 women react as if they're in 7th grade and someone just got embarrassed in front of the whole cafeteria. These 2 women are also going to refer to a man as not mature enough for them tonight at some point. They're giggling like schoolgirls at someone getting taken down in the women's tell-all. And they're going to also say, none of these men, oh, look at Kathy's ready to go to war. She's like, let me at her. Let me at her. She's like an attack dog. After Debbie makes her big speech, all the women take a turn kicking the dead corpse of Nicole. Listen to Nicole right here. She wants this over.
Yeah, thank you. I love you all, and I'll do better.
Who's she going to do better for? What are they going to do? Check in with her to make sure that she's a better person? What are they going to do? Go hang out at Henry Bendel's and see if she's nice to the sales lady?
Yeah, I'll do that.
That's not going to happen. She's going to do the same and find another way to be mean to someone. They're talking about how sexually explicit it got.
Everyone knows me in the house.
Jerry
I'm always
weighs in.
reading the Bible and scripture. So when
This is a real disservice to this couple. They're like, Bible, scripture, okay. Show our least sexual couple. There they are. Look at, she's like, the marriage is great. The marriage is great. We do have separate beds, but it's for sleep, okay? Ronald doesn't like when I kick him and my toenails get a little long. And he's like, yeah, they get a little long. I like my own bed. So what? We have our cuddles. We cuddle. I saw you. It gets a little crazy for us. Like, this is not who I am. I would be at home like, oh my God, they showed us for the Bible scripture couple with the Bible scripture couple. Damn it. Cheryl gets a moment on the hot seat to discuss her time on the show, and it feels like they're teeing her up to be the next Golden Bachelorette, and then they bring in her family as a surprise. The son went with a sweatsuit underneath a blazer look, which is very, I lost it all on DraftKings, but I'm trying to like pick up the pieces of my life. He's like, I'm trying. I haven't downloaded the app in weeks, and I watch a lot less football on Sunday, and I got this blazer and I put it on over the sweatsuit, and it dresses it up, right? Don't you guys think? And the mom's like, you're trying. Look at Cheryl's just like, yeah, good. Yeah, I like the blazer over the sweatsuit that you haven't washed in 2 months. Good. That's my boy. So it's Debbie's turn to go to the hot seat. And the dome of the Undateables goes wild. This is their queen. Debbie, 65 years young, never married, no kids. These are her people. They are chanting Debbie. They have found their queen. The dome of the Undateables is sitting there going nuts. They're like, if you can make it onto the show, maybe we can too. Debbie's highlight reel is very much like her trip on the show. It's a lot of highs and lows.
For a very long time.
I've been alone a very long time.
I've never put on a wedding dress.
And then her wearing it and having the moment.
Got married at this age.
I mean, making her watch this is a tough one. Hey, Debbie, look at you in a wedding dress before the guy dumped you. Like, it's just a lot. Make Debbie the Golden Bachelorette. The wedding dress is at home, just sitting in the closet, just like, hey, what are we doing? Come on, just don't do this to her. It was a tough watch for me tonight. We were so close. I was so close to getting out of this closet, to walking down that aisle, to seeing whether or not sleeves have come back into fashion or not. I want to be where the people are. I want to see 'em dancing. I want to walk around with those, what do you call them? Oh, yeah. Husbands. One of their words. Get to the end of Debbie's highlight reel. We come back to the dome of the Undateables. You can hear a pin drop. They begin to cheers. Look at, she rolled her eyes a little bit. She's like, I don't want to be one of you guys, but I will be your queen. She accepts it. She accepts that she is the lead dome of the Undateables. She is a leader now. They begin to cheer, one of us, one of us, one of us. Debbie collects herself. The dome of the Undateables is hanging on every one of her words. And look at the woman in the coat from the beginning who kept it on just in case that date with the Hinge guy happened. Still has the coat on 2 hours later. Still hopeful. Still living her best Debbie. That's our queen. This is why I love the dome of the Undateables.
Experienced so much.
Look at this.
I wish I could have had more time with him.
Debbie wishes she had more time, and this woman nods in agreement. We all wish we had more time. We all wish Brandon would have gone on the date instead of canceling last minute. We all wish we had more time with Christopher, who says he wants to go apple picking on a Saturday. The Dome agrees. So then they bring out Mel Owens, who gets a hero's welcome to the Dome of the Undateables. Very different than the online tenor that's gone on around him. Look at this woman, hard hands. A double hard hands from the Dome of the Undateables. People are Team Mel. That is a clap of, I'll give it to him. He did as best as he could, but I'm still a little bit upset. Mel sits slowly like a grandpa settling into his old couch. Jesse asks him what's it like to date 24 women, and Mel, with his famous 3-word sentences, doesn't give us much. I hope the producers prepared a lot of bloopers this year. We're going to need a lot of filler after this Mel interview. That's going to be a lot of, we had fun. It was tough. I wish I had more time. That will be all we hear from Mel. The women all have a chance to talk to Mel. They're pretty nice, and then Nicole steps in for her big performance.
I made some missteps, but my feelings for you were really, really genuine.
I don't think any of the other women are buying it. This is the face of not buying it. This woman was looking for a camera to say, I don't buy it. This is the, I mean, this should be the mascot for, is this bitch for real? This woman better make some, is this bitch for real t-shirts right now with this face on it. Now, Nicole's true skill is she speaks in passive aggressive. So she's not trying to be mean, but she's mean.
I didn't want to interview you.
She decided she didn't want to interview. Look at Mel. Did Mel die during Nicole's speech? She says I didn't want to interview you. And it's a little bit saying, I didn't want to do what all the rest of these women who are boring and just interviewed you did.
Those were some of my favorites.
I wanted to ask about your shoe size to then compliment your penis size. I wanted to make out with you in the pool and see if the penis size was for real when you rubbed against me in the pool. Not like these, and look at this woman who always concerned. She's back. She has the face of someone who just said, oh dear, at all times. Second time. And then Jesse goes to Debbie, never married, no kids.
Very curious, since I'm the only woman that has never been married or had children.
Who then reminds us that she's never married, no kids. She asks if that's why she got sent home. What's he going to say?
Never crossed my mind.
Never crossed his mind. That's the only answer.
Thinking of that ever.
If I'm him, I'm like, Debbie, maybe a little less negativity, a little more pep in the step, and then we would have, then maybe it would have been a little easier. How many reminders do I need? Never married, no kids. We know. And the woman who was barely on the show but brought out a vibrator earlier, who we now know as Vibrator Woman, has a huge question for Mel.
Introduce me with one of your friends.
She wants to meet the friends. Mel's like, oh, bring your sword. I'll make sure one of my friends sexually disappoints you and you need to use that vibrator. No problem. Look at this woman's like, I like the way she thinks. It's not about Mel. Let's get to his friends. She looks inspired. She's like, the men I'm going for do have friends of their own that I could also meet. Thank you, Alexandra. And now Jesse Palmer gets to look who it is. He's back. That's right. He went with a black t-shirt and an overshirt to make him look a little bit more svelte. Good job. And that's right. You thought I was making fun of the Dome of the Undateables. I am the Dome of the Undateables. That's right. I got a stupid single guy hat. And I go in the Dome and I watch other people fall in love just like these losers. I was making fun of me the whole time. They introduce me. I get a nice little pop. They show the worst section of the Dome to show the fanfare for me. I mean, they show the woman with the oh dear face giving the oh dear face again. Oh dear. Okay. I mean, this woman isn't even clapping. She's looking at her phone playing Candy Crush.
So, man, what do you
This is a tough one for me.
Such a thrill
and then I go into some jokes.
Tommy Bahama Frankenstein over there.
Okay. Got this woman on my side.
And
Mel likes it.
Unbelievable. I mean, like.
And then I give a little credit to the ladies. That's right. Prop them up. I make a lemon bar joke.
I gotta say.
Okay, she didn't like that I said I had a boner.
Hey,
She was. That was a disgusted look. What was that? She didn't like the lemon bar joke.
That's over here from them. I gotta say.
She didn't like that I wanted to fuck the women.
Women are unbelievable. I mean, like.
We have to go back and look again.
My God, I got a lemon bar bacon in my pants over here from them. I gotta say.
I mean, that is too. The editing did me dirty. That joke killed in the green room. This has to be a genuinely unhappy person to not laugh at I have a lemon bar baking in my pants. How could you not have fun
so the studio audience,
with that?
I agree with Nicole. She said
I'm happy I made fun of the studio audience.
Hotter the audience than last season's audience. And I agree. Susan.
Look at Nicole like that. I guess I don't know if I should brag. The villain liked my joke.
Tonight at the hotel.
And then I say I'm going to have sex with Kathy and Susan, which is fun. Kathy kind of looks like she took it seriously. She's like, really? What room? Should we meet at the bar first? Or do you want to get right to it? Or do you go down on me first? Do I go down on you? We can figure out the specifics later, but thank you. Okay, I'm in.
With them, Alexandra, give me that back massager.
And then I ask Alexandra for her vibrator, who stands up. She's like, Alexandra, when I ask for the vibrator, stands up like, yeah, it's just, let me just shake it out of my undercarriage. I've been holding it between my legs. What was that? I wish I had noticed that then. Then they go to some outtakes from the roast.
Don't be scared. We're going to have a great time.
I saw your stuff on the internet. I'm scared right now.
I mean, that's the scariest moment for me. I saw your stuff on the internet. Deep sigh. No compliment. That's every interaction I have with my mom's friends. I saw your stuff on the internet. And then I sit there just crumbling. Please say it was good. Please say you laughed. It was I didn't really get it. And then I go home and cry myself to sleep.
Famous comedian Jared Freid. I've seen that guy crushing the Bachelor.
Mel was a good sport during the whole thing.
If he'd roast me like that.
I'm a fan of Mel, the human being.
He's wearing marshmallows on his feet. Okay?
I'm taking advice from a 40-year-old virgin.
See, Mel came back at me.
Mel wishes was here.
Like, what is it, right?
So they show me going around to the women. I did a lot of coaching, and it was very difficult.
And I like to motocross. Looks like we both lost at the X Games. Are you okay?
Look at, I was playing it up.
Okay,
Now watch me bomb in front of Robin. So I pitch Robin these jokes while sitting in the least attractive way I could ever sit on this chair. This is my nightmare, just lightly colored shirt, sitting with my stomach out.
50 years old.
Okay.
And then these jokes just land so badly.
Mel looks like Adam's family butler who isn't a...
Look at, I'm in the lower third. Look at, I'm watching me bomb. This is killing me.
This is like performing for my mom.
I know.
I'm never going to do comedy again.
I literally, after I pitched her jokes, I wanted to like leave the premises. They come back to the studio and they go, Robin,
Well, I gotta give him a lot of credit.
you really crushed Jared's dreams. And then I come back with, yeah, I'm not a comedian anymore.
I tried my best.
You
I
did your
actually
best.
quit comedy. I'm driving Uber on the way home.
And look at, I even wore bracelets in honor of our friend Mel, who wears the power bracelets all around. So I wanted to show solidarity with the Dome of the Undateables and all the singles who wear stupid things like bracelets that show that they're out there and spiritual. And then we gave Mel his flowers. I told him he was a champ. He was. He is. That's it for The Bachelor. That's it for me. I'll be back next week with the finale. Share, share, share. Tell a friend I'm also on the road. Milwaukee, Minneapolis, Chicago. I'm coming to all those cities as well as Charlotte, Durham. Go get your tickets. JaredFreid.com. Come on out. Hello and welcome to the Rose Rehash. I am Jared Freid. Every episode of The Bachelor, we do a recap of what just happen. Also, you get my live stream. So enjoy the live stream and stick around for my recap of the Women Tell All, which is an episode I was on. So I'm going to give you my personal account of the taping and what happened and how it all came together, as well as kind of my perspective on the show and what happened tonight that, you know, with the episode that you saw. So, but before we get started, the Rose Rehash is sponsored, people. Hero, the folks who brought you bread you can eat on your diet, are breaking out the noodles with more protein and 60% fewer calories than other brands. You can enjoy the comfort mac and cheese that you love. I love Hero bread, and I really love what they're doing as a brand. Hero bread is bread that you know and love, and it just has more fiber, less calories, less carbs, and it tastes just as good as any bread you're ever going to have. The noodles are the same way. They're going to be just like the noodles you know and love, but they're going to be more fiber, keep you fuller longer. It is a really great, awesome alternative to what you're already having with your carbs, and it's good addition to any meal you're making. Want a no-regret sandwich option? Hero makes bagels with 17 to 19 grams of protein. I've had the bagels. The bagels are delicious. They're just as good. You're getting a bagel that you would make at home, and I make it with my, egg whites in the morning, and it's just really a great way to feel like you're having the thing that you wanted anyways. So along with sliced bread, tortillas, and they have croissants too. So they have a whole line of products that are all, and here's the deal, you'd never know it's low net carb and high fiber from the texture. It's soft and fluffy, just like you want it to be. Hero bread is a huge favorite for a good reason. Keep an eye out for their delicious small batch drops and get on the wait list for any best sellers. I am a Hero bread eater. I really like it. It is what I'm looking for, which is efficiency with my eating. I want to eat a lot and not really have to pay the price. That's what Hero bread is doing. Hero bread is offering 10% off your order. Go to hero.co. Use code JTrain at checkout. That's JTrain at HERO.co. I buy the Hero bagels and I put them in the freezer and they're just there, which I love. Okay. So let's get to the episode. Rose Rehash. Women Tell All, to me, is the toughest one to watch. And here's the thing about the Women Tell All. You need something that for the Women Tell All to work, we need something that we need uncovered. We need things you need something that needs to be hashed out. If you have nothing to hash out, then the Women Tell All turns into I guess the choice is, if I'm a producer of the show, the audience is either looking for answers to questions they have, or they want to have fun with the people they've come to love. The problem this season is the thing that we have questions about are Mel and whether he wants to be in a serious relationship. Mel's past relationship, we want to know a little bit more about the divorce. We want to know if Mel is ready and what his concerns are, what his stresses are beyond 3-sentence sentences. That's the honest truth. The women we got to know, but I don't think we got to know them enough to really Debbie's story we cared about. Cheryl, they brought her up to the hot seat. We'll get to that. I don't know if we had. And again, we care about them as a group. This isn't to say we don't care about these women. We care about them, women in their, later stages of life trying to find love. I think we all sit there and go, we're team these women, but we don't know them enough individually to really go cheer for them. And then you had Nicole, where we have questions about what her aspirations are. So that's kind of going into this. We want to know more about Mel. We're kind of trying to figure this guy out. And then beyond that, you have an audience that's kind of given up on Mel. That's been like, that guy doesn't want to be with a woman above the age of 60. I will never watch him look for love. I have no interest. This is not honest. Get him off my TV. Those people exist. I don't think they were watching up to this point. So at this point, let's serve the people you've got. And I'm one of those people, I'm a watcher of the show. I'm a fan. So I'm kind of sitting here wanting more Mel. I want a little Nicole. I do want fun with the ladies, but it's not going to hit me in the same way. So I get a call about going on the show. And at first it's like, hey, so I don't even think the episode had come out yet that I was on. Or maybe it did. I'm not really positive of the timeline, but at the time, I'm trying to think back. I don't even think the episode had come out yet. And I get a call being like, hey, they want you to come back on the show. They're thinking either Women Tell All or they're thinking finale. And they have all this great footage from the roast that can really, that'll be fun to watch. And we want you in the room. And we're going to ask you, would your mom be interested in coming? And I'm like, I'm like sitting there. I'm like, hey, I got to get my mom involved. I don't want to do that to her. I kind of like, because these things are stressful. Like I want to be able to control as much as I can. And you really are when you enter onto The Bachelor or any TV that you're not the creator of. You give yourself away a little bit. You say, edit me, take me, tell me what to do. And you have to play ball. If I was to bring my mom on, now it's like, I got to make sure she's okay. Am I okay? Are we all okay? That wasn't really something I was looking to do. So I said to them, I was like, I would love to come on and talk about, whatever additional footage you have. I don't think my mom's going to be in. But if you're looking to do kind of another direction, I'm game. They're like, great, let's have you on the Women Tell All. Come on out to LA. You'll be in the studio audience. We'll have a segment where we're going to show all the, the stuff from the cutting room floor from your big date. And I'm like, this is awesome. I'm into it. I get to the studio. It is taped at Warner Brothers. This is Hollywood, Burbank, this is like, where Jay Leno was. Like, I'm a TV guy. Like I kind of, I'm upset. I'm let down by how TV, the route TV has gone. It's feeling like I'm starting to feel like, and I know I'm maybe a little young for this. I'm in the middle here. I'm not old enough where I'm like, oh my God, I love Lucy, black and white TV. We didn't have remotes, but I'm old enough to, and then the way the TV's changing right now, it does feel like I'm the last generation who like to read the paper and the newspaper is going away and here comes the internet. So our habits are changing and this kind of upsets me. And to go on The Bachelor and see like an old school TV taping was very exciting for me. Like I'm from the generation where, hey, you'd watch Nickelodeon and it'd be like, come on down to Orlando, Florida and see what it's like at Universal Studios. Like to me, that was like the height of travel at one point in my life. That would be to get, like I think back, like to get slimed would be like, on Nickelodeon was like, oh my God. I remember in elementary school, like Double Dare came to my school and it was like, what? This is the biggest deal ever. So I am a TV guy. So I am enchanted by going to a lot. They pick me up in a big Suburban. They bring me to the lot. I am treated as part of the show. People are very nice. And when I walk in, they have, and here's the other thing. The Women Tell All, I have made fun of. I have made fun of the studio audience of the Bachelor live tapings since starting this whole Bachelor thing I do. And I've called it the Dome of the Undateables. And it's been a joke. I've gotten some feedback that it annoys people that I'm being mean. I don't think I'm being mean. I just think it is very funny to me that a group of people would go to a live taping of a show about dating to like cheer on the daters. Like, I just think that's a funny thing. And the person with time and energy, I would assume, is generally a single person, and they make signs. And like, I know that like the production is making the signs, and then I know that in LA, you can find studio audiences. There's like a day rate you can give. I know all of that. But, I don't make fun of the show in that way. I'm making fun of the show I am getting as a guy on the couch. So when I came into tape, they have the whole group of the Undateables are watching the episodes to get caught up. They're basically, they're like me, like they're seeing the show when it comes out. So to get the people in the room caught up to 2 weeks from now, they show them both of the episodes that are coming, and they have and I'm watching all the Undateables watch on like a big screen TV. And I actually filmed them, and I had already seen the episode because they sent me a screener. And then they get to the part where Nicole looks at the screen and says, maybe I'll be the next Golden Bachelorette. And I know this is coming, and I videotape, and I think I have the video. Maybe I'll put it on JTrain podcast. I'll put it on JTrain podcast Instagram stories. Once this is out, I'll have V put it up there. And the shock and awe from the dome of the Undateables to watching Nicole say that maybe she'll be the Bachelorette was so awesome to me. Like, and that's where, there's all these know-it-alls on the internet. Oh, everyone in the crowd is a paid actor. Everyone's they don't care. They don't make the signs. No. Let me tell you right now. The people in the crowd, the dome of the Undateables, are fans. They are Bachelor people because, they have me backstage. They have me with like the craft services, and I'm eating all the food. And they're like, okay, Jared, you're going to go sit in the crowd, and then we're going to give you a microphone. And when they start talking about, the roast, they're going to pitch to you. Jesse Palmer's going to say, hey, Jared, and you're going to have a mic and you can do whatever you want. And I'm like, holy shit, I'm going to be able, and like in my mind, I'm going to be able on ABC. They're just going to give me a mic. Like, this is nutty bananas. This is crazy. So the dome of the Undateables fills up. They bring me in. There's a chair with my name on it. It just says Jared. And you could see, like, and then I come out and the crowd around me is like, oh my God, we didn't know who Jared was. It's you. And it's all like Bachelor super fans. Like, and you could tell they're a little bit, they're not, I wouldn't say embarrassed, but the people in the crowd don't want to admit they would never go, I'm a super fan. They go, yeah, we like the show. We're on vacation and we're here to watch. And you're like, yeah, you like the show. Because they all knew of me. They all, in a way that I would never really admit to. Like, I would never walk in a room and be like, yeah, all these people know who I am. No. I walked in and it was like all the people around me, all women, were like, oh, I watched your stories. And they, because if you're a Bachelor fan and you come across my stuff and you know one person who is the type to go travel out to Hollywood to go watch the show or be in LA and go, I'll go to the show. They are generally like, you'd send them my stuff. So I sit down in this chair and they're like, we didn't know who Jared was. Oh my God. Everyone's so nice. And then they bring out the women and they look amazing. They are dressed in like prom dresses. I mean, you see it on TV, but it's a little bit more done up than it feels on TV because in the crowd, everyone's in their, street clothes. Everyone's in like jeans and a t-shirt and dressed to like, just have a day. the women are dressed for the prom. Their dresses are basically like parade floats. And so then also Kathy and Susan are there, and there's a little bit of a, it's taped in two parts, or it's two parts. So there's a first section and there's a second section, and there's a break in between. During the break, you kind of feel the quote-unquote cast system that's here. You have the people that came to watch the show, and then you have like Kathy and Susan and me. They're like, you guys can go backstage. There's a bathroom. They have a little bit of alcohol, loosen you up a little bit. Like, it was just like back in the green room. And then I got to talk to the people putting the cruise together, which was a lot of fun. And I'm going to be on the cruise. I'm going to do shows on the Bachelor cruise, which is like a year from like next month. So all fun and games. Kathy and Susan were great. I got to hang with them a little bit. You hear there's the gossip of all the former alumni. And like, the thing is, as much as it's like fun to make fun of the show, there is a community. We all speak the same language. You're immediately like very comfortable talking Bachelor stuff in the dome. So that's my personal experience. And here's the other thing. They taped it in two parts. The minute you sit in the audience, when they start the show, I'm like sitting there and I'm like, I think I'm like, my part was in the second part. So I am in the show. Like, I am in the dome of the Undateables. There's a moment where I'm just like, because they have a warm-up guy. The warm-up guy comes out, and the warm-up guy, he's a comedian, and he was great. He did a great job warming up the audience. And part of his job is like, I needed a cheer. I needed to act sad. I needed a clap, because they want to get it all in the edit. They want to get like the crowd like, woo! That's why when I make fun of people's faces in the crowd, I know that they've been hyped up to like, hey, give me a lot of energy. And they're like, ah! And you're like, and that's why it's fun to make fun of. It's like, why is that person so into this? And it's like, no, the warm-up guy got them into it. So for the first half of the taping, I am just in the dome of the Undateables watching the show. And they start the show by introducing the women. And, Jesse is very much in charge. This is very much Jesse's show. He is the conductor. He is how this whole thing goes. And he does a fantastic job. You watch him kind of get, he's good with the crowd, the audience, the dome. He's good with the ladies. Then they do the highlight reel of the season. And this is like the beginning of the show. And you saw this on TV, the highlight reel of the season. And, their concern there is to let you know, look at how much fun we had. The problem is we don't know the women enough. It's been too short a season. Mel hasn't really given us a lot. So this highlight reel was okay, but then it gets to the end and they show Diane. Diane is the woman who, as far as her look on screen, she looked more what you imagine the Golden Bachelor to be. She's has the graying hair. But she was so fun, and I almost forgot she was on this show because she doesn't really have the same look as the other women, and she's like, she left kind of quickly, even though I had so much fun with her. But they show her at the end, and she has like this like 3 minute, or not 3 minutes, she has like a 30-second piece of the highlight reel. And I'm in the crowd, and I start getting a little choked up. I start being like, oh my God, this is amazing. And it's the reason we liked season 1 of The Golden Bachelor. It's what this one's kind of missing. It's that, oh my God, am I crying watching The Bachelor? I think this is kind of this season's missing that. You had it, I remember season 1 with Gary. You had the woman who is the Bachelor super fan. I can't remember her name right now. I'm sure someone will comment it. She was like, I'm doing this for you, Lori. Like, and it was her friend Lori who had died of cancer, and they watched The Bachelor every week together. And like, I remember crying during that, being like, I can't believe I'm fucking crying. And then I think, this season, if you're like, what's the secret sauce that is kind of like lacking, it's that. And Diane is on at the end dancing, and I am in the dome of the Undateables, and I'm like, oh my God, I think I'm like getting a little bit sniffly here. And I'm like, oh, how? I mean, I've made fun of the dome of the Undateables for legitimately almost 10 years, and I am going to be the guy on camera. And I'm like, they're going to show me on camera crying after this woman, they come back from the highlight reel, and it's going to be the most embarrassing thing of my life. And I'm like laughing now about it, but it's so funny that like, so they do the highlight reel, and then we have, I'd say the standouts was Alexandra, who we really, again, happy to have her back. She's with the vibrator. Debbie and Nicole kind of hash it out. At the taping, the lemon bar thing was way more of a moment than it was on screen. They talked that lemon bar thing out to death in the studio, and I'm happy they didn't put it on the episode because it went long, and then the result of the lemon bar conversation was basically like Nicole wasn't being as crazy as she sounded when she was saying that it were her lemon bars. That was it. But it was just a lot of time spent on lemon bars. Robin really showed that she was like kind of like, she has this gravitas in the room. Robin really has this ability to like kind of like feel like she's the leader. Debbie was great, and we had never met because she was on the one-on-one when I did the group date with the roast. So with Debbie, I got to meet her, and you could tell she was like, you've made fun of me a lot. And she's like, it's very funny. She was very nice. She's like, it's funny. It's just you've come after me. And I'm like, no, I've given you some shit. You've been great. And she has been great. And then they bring Cheryl up in the hot seat, and it kind of felt as though with Cheryl and Debbie, this was like a test. It did feel as though this is an audition. Let's see how much we care. Cheryl, you know, her story was so wild in the beginning. There's a point where it's like too wild, where the message gets muddled, and her kids were there, her son was there, and the son was very nice to me and was like, I saw you at the hotel, I didn't want to like bother you. And then Cheryl, she was very nice to me, but I don't know if she has the what we need as far as like the singular story that we can all relate to. Debbie, on the other hand, does. Debbie had the room like locked in on her every word, and I think her story is just so relatable to such a wide audience. Her story, never married, no kids, but still hopeful, is a good portion of the audience. So I thought Debbie kind of like showed why she would be a great Golden Bachelorette. And then they came to me, and I'll say this, you know, I was like, I didn't really bring a lot of material. But during the break, I'm like, okay, well, I need to make fun of Mel. I was like, I have this line about this studio audience is way better looking than last year. Nicole, you're right. Because making fun of that, Nicole said that this season was hotter than last season. And then I was like, I'll just riff. And I was like, and I'll say that like, I want to, you know, hook up with Susan and Kathy. And then over the course of the taping, I'm like, okay, vibrator, that was a big moment. Lemon bar, that was a big moment. Mel, I'm like tossing around ideas. What am I going to call Mel? Oh, I'll say he looks like Eddie Munster. And, you know, the only people that would get that joke are women Mel doesn't want to hook up with. Like, I was like going that direction. And then I go during the break. A guy comes up to me. He goes, hey, man, I just want to say how funny you were on the roast. I was there. And I go, oh, thank you. He goes, I'm like the on-set psychologist. And I was like, thank you. And he goes, when you called him Tommy Bahama Frankenstein, I laughed immediately. And I go, oh my God, I forgot that line. I was like, and I was like thinking, I'm like, has it been on camera at all? No, I'll use that. I was like, thanks, guy. I'm like, thanks, psychologist. I'll be right back. I run off to the studio. So I was like, okay, I got the Tommy Bahama line, and I'm like debating, should I say something about the lemon bars? And then I'm like, I kind of go to one of the producers, and I was like, hey, during the break, and I'm like, I'm going to make fun of Mel. I'm going to say that I got a lemon bar going in my pants from how hot these women are. And when I said that, the producer like died laughing, and she was like, I don't know if that's going to make it, but that's funny. And I'm like, fine, I'll say it. If you watch on the episode, they show a woman who's like absolutely disgusted by me and the lemon bar line. I don't know if that's her actual reaction to my joke, or, and this is something networks production does, when they hear a joke that's on the line, they'll go to someone with a stink face like they did to be like, oh, we acknowledge this isn't what we're all about, even though they edited it. So it's kind of like, to me, it's an old school way of like, that's him. That's his joke. If you like him, go with him. But that's not us, not ABC, not The Bachelor. So I understood the reason for having stink face after I get shown, or with my lemon bar boner joke. So then they play the outtakes, and the reason I, was really happy with what happened is the footage from the roast was really fun and funny to me. I love that they showed me like bombing with Robin. I love that they show me like chasing around these women and trying to get like the coaching aspect. I was like so happy. And I'm like, well, this is great. And I'm getting 6 minutes on ABC. This is what I want. So I'm really happy with the episode. I'm happy with, and they even didn't do the bloopers. They did bloopers at the taping. They didn't even do it on the episode that aired in favor of the stuff with the roast, which was like, I'm like very thankful. So that's the Golden Bachelor. I mean, what did we learn? The one thing, the takeaway is Nicole, if I'm to get like into like, looking at this show and the players and the aspect, I think Debbie was great. I think Debbie without trying made a bid for the Golden Bachelorette. Cheryl without trying made a bid but didn't do enough for me. Nicole was an example of the most frustrating person you've ever hung out with. She speaks in passive aggressive, so it's hard to call someone out where that's just their language. When someone says that I'm the pioneer, when you refer to yourself as a pioneer and you are not in a covered wagon heading out west with a hatchet in your hand to go find gold, you're really not having a conversation with us. So there was going to be no learning from Nicole. She was going to hold hands with everyone and act like they're best friends. They are not best friends. And then and Mel, we didn't get, Mel was treated as the star of the show and not really asked to get deep, which I don't know if it's a mistake. I think we're going to see on the finale whether we get more out of him, which would be nice. And that's it. Rose, Rehash, if you like this episode, if you're this far in, comment, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. This goes on the JTrain podcast feed over podcast if you want to listen instead of watch on YouTube. It's on YouTube. It's all that stuff. Back next week. Boom.